Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah, he got on sunglasses this morning, y'all. He got on sunglasses. It is Marital Monday, and we're doing it live from where, boo?
Punta Canta, the Dominican Republic. Overseas, far, far away from the kids.
Right.
On the other side of the island. You think they're going to find us this time? No.
Nope. All right, so we're just giving a couple of seconds here for people to hop on.
Yeah, I got these glasses on because it was a long night, man.
A long night, okay.
Yeah,
Long night is in.
watching Netflix.
Catching up on Greenleaf.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So when you married and you say you want to have a Netflix night, is that
Netflix
like,
and chill?
Yeah, is that like the code word for, because like that's a theme going on now where if
Netflix
you're not,
and chill?
Yeah, if you're not married,
I think that's kind of old now, boo, so you should...
okay, I thought people still be referring to that.
But I don't know, what does it mean?
It don't mean you watching no movie. Can I come over your house and we can do Netflix?
That's so funny. That's so funny. All right, y'all. Hey, Kim. It is Marital Monday. We are so excited. First of all, like my husband said, because we're away from the kids. But the second part is we got a good topic. So we want your input. Kim, we want to hear from you and everybody else that comes on because we got some good stuff.
Is that crazy, Kim?
No, that's not Kim Piazza. Kim,
why you put her?
This Kim is the calm Kim. Hi, Sandra.
I know that, but you ain't
There's
have
nobody
to call,
like
you ain't
Kim.
have to call her name out like
there's
that.
nobody like Kim Piazza. Hey, Dad. Hey, Derek. All right, so today's topic is a half truth a whole lie? And well, there's two parts to it. And are there levels to betrayal in marriage or relationships? Period. Are there levels to betrayal? So, hey, Tamika. I'm just going to be randomly yelling hey to people as we go through.
You do that any day, all day anyway.
All right, so we're going to start with, look, nice bubbles, James. All right, so I like to start with a scripture. And I really like this one in the Good News Translation. Proverbs 5:18, it says, "So be happy with your wife and find joy with the woman you married." I'm going to say that again. Be happy with your wife and find your joy with the woman you married. That's good.
I might have to start looking at some scriptures too, so that way I can tell. It's not really the men who's not happy. Y'all need to be happy.
Listen, God said it, not me.
Right.
I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger.
Be happy with the man that you picked and that you said yes to, that you're going to take his last name.
Oh, you making your own scripture now? Is that what we do?
That's in the King James Version.
That was a good one. All right, so you're so corny with your sunglasses on too. All right, so the first part is a half truth, a whole lie. My answer is very simple. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
It's the half truth. Okay, so what do you mean
Hi,
by the half?
Amanda.
What do you mean by the half
Nick.
truth?
Half truth is, okay, so say something happened. Say 10 things happen. And it's something that you need to talk to your spouse about, and you only tell 5 of them because you only answer what you were asked, which I got to give the poll numbers too, but that's a half truth. Is that a whole lie?
All right, so if I tell you that my day was good at work, that work went great.
No. We got to talk about something a little more, something with more substance, something that could potentially hurt your spouse. So you come home.
So the dirt. You want to know if there's any dirt.
Right. So if you come home and something happened, and I say, so what happened? Hey, Jacob. And I say, so what happened?
All right.
And you tell a piece, or is this true that? And you give me the information that was asked of you. Is that considered a whole lie because you didn't tell it all?
Well, I asked the right questions.
See?
I mean, on iRobot, that computer
We ain't
guy
talking
kept
about
on saying,
iRobot.
you did not ask the right question.
This
ask
is
the
not
right question.
iRobot. Hey, Casey. Casey, I need your input on this.
Ask the right question.
Get your boy in check.
If you ask me a question and I answer it, next.
That's not, yeah, okay. So
then
we'll get, no.
When I walk in the house, then you should ask me, so did you do anything dirty today? Did you do anything trifling today? Just come out and be very good, so that way we know exactly what you mean.
See, you're going off on the wrong thing. Jacob said, is it that sunny in Buffalo? Nope, we're in Punta Cana, Jacob. All right, so I put out a poll that last week that said, is a partial truth a whole lie? Can we say, I answered what you asked in a committed relationship, or do we tell the whole story without being asked? That's what, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know, you want to know, did
so
you do anything?
86% said yes, I deserve to know. 14%, which is one person, said just tell me what I asked. So you're saying we need to ask the right question. Whoever, whether it's the man or the woman, you need to ask the right question, or you won't get the full story, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, okay, I'm not sure how much it is that you want to know or that you're asking, or how much you don't want to know. Women go into all those extra details. Guys don't.
If you know that what you're telling your spouse is hurtful, why not just tell the whole story and get it all out?
There we go. So you're talking about if something dirty happens, something trifling
That's
happens.
That's what I said in the
happens.
beginning.
Okay.
Sir,
okay.
Stop dancing.
All right. So then if I know I ain't do nothing that will cause hurt, harm, or danger to you, then I can just go right there.
But that's not up to you, though, to determine if it's going to hurt. Listen, if you know if what you're going to say is going to hurt your spouse.
Okay.
So if you say, okay, let's use Greenleaf as an example.
Okay.
Pastor Jacob kissed his secretary, right? Both of them are married.
Yeah.
She quit. And so when she quit, his wife asked why. Well, she quit. I don't know. He didn't tell the whole story. He said that she quit, but he didn't tell why. So then when his wife found out, he had hell to pay.
Yeah.
Should he have told the whole story? That was a half truth. That was a whole lie to me.
Yeah. I agree with that, because even going into what we're coming right up on.
Omission is a lie. That's right, Sandra. Dad said factually versus morally. Don't help him, Dad.
We're coming right up on our 5 years of marriage and so forth, which I'm excited about that. But when we first was together, I was of the belief of, I'm going to tell you what you need to know, when you need to know it, and so forth. And I will look back and say, that didn't necessarily help, because rather it's you or me. Once you find out that information, it's like World War III. But and then some. So it don't help to omit it, especially
omission is a lie.
Yeah, especially if you know
omission of facts is a lie. That's right, Sandra. Get my dad, Sandra.
Especially if you know that there is stuff that you got to bring out, and that's interesting, because a lot of people fall into that. I was one who did fall into that, where I'm not gonna tell you everything, because I'm gonna try to figure it out. I'm gonna try to work it out. I'm gonna try to just wait. All those things.
Wait and see what I find out.
Right.
Wait and see
when you find out.
Right. So let me make a point to this for anyone that thinks exactly what James is thinking. And I'm going to give you an example of a couple that we watch. I like watching the Mary when they had a show too. And when Teddy cheated on Tina, he told her exactly what she asked, right? So but things kept coming out. So let me tell you that as the pieces of your truth continue to come out, it's fresh wounds for the person. Seriously, it's fresh wounds for the person that keeps hearing it. So I hear it for the first time, but James might be like, but that happened 6 months ago. Doesn't matter. The wound is inflicted when I learn about it. So Jacob says third-party involvement is different. What do you mean, Jacob?
We better get our attorney. Thank you, Jacob. That's right. If you're going to bring some truth out, make sure you have your attorney there and waiting, so that way he can be a witness, so that way she won't knock you upside the head and it's going to be,
Wow.
I'm
really?
sure that's probably not what he meant.
Really? No. But you had to take it there.
Yeah.
And I just want to put too, hi, Lady Bertha. I just want to add too, most times it still comes out by someone else. Right, Sandra? And then as it's coming out and the husband or the wife is learning, it's like they keep taking hits. Even though for you it's old news, but you never said anything.
And this is
it is a whole lie, but hold on. James 4:17 says, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. Mm-hmm. So
it's wrong.
So once you know.
Even when I was there and I was struggling with that at different times, I know that was wrong. Sometimes in our heart, we think we are trying to do what's right. Like, okay, there are some people, male and women, who are just trifling up here, where they're just like, you know what? no, I'm not gonna tell it, and they intend to be malicious about it. But then there are certain people that, man, I do not know how she's gonna handle this. This woman about to go Tasmanian devil on me.
Or you like you're trying to look better, which that's deceitful too.
Yeah.
Not trying to help, just discussing. Society is. The attorney would not have to be there. They are for defense. Oh, that's a good one. They're only there for defense. Get him, Neek.
No,
Get him, Neek.
No.
Yes,
Listen,
yes, sir.
Listen, the attorneys are there to collect a check. Whether you're right or wrong, whoever can,
listen,
whoever put that retainer down, they will build up your defense. They will tell you what your
Jacob
defense
says,
is.
meaning if a spouse knows something that would be hurtful about their spouse that is from somebody else, there are other repercussions that may occur if the entire truth is revealed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well,
what say you?
Well, see, all right. So let me just go ahead and fast forward and say, so probably for about the last, I would say year, maybe year and a half, my posture now is I tell you everything. I don't admit it. And a lot of times that causes a little bit of funny looks. That causes a little bit of attitude a little bit because...
But it's a whole lot better than when you don't tell it and I find out in pieces.
And then I tell you, no matter what question you ask me, no matter what needs to be said, I go ahead and put it all out there, and I let you deal with the results from the standpoint of, if I don't say it the right way, don't be mad at me for how I said it. I'm thinking,
right.
Okay,
I get what you're saying.
Now I'm telling you the truth. I'm not omitting nothing. If you ask me, even if you don't ask me, I'm going to just tell you. And you mentioned something. You mentioned like the Jacob situation from Greenleaf, where he and the girl kissed because it was a mutual thing. They both kissed. He didn't push her back.
Right.
Now, if that happened to me, in my head, where I'm at right now, if that happened, well, we're on vacation, so we don't want nothing like that to happen. But if it was, I would have to go ahead and choose to come and tell you, because this is the way things happen. That stuff gonna always come out. And
what's the way things happen?
What?
You said this is the way things happen.
The way things happen is that type of stuff is always going to come out.
Oh, yeah.
It's always going to come out. It's no point of hiding it. Delaying the fight is not going to help it. That's all you're going to do.
Right. And just know that once your spouse finds out that they have to ask you certain questions to get the truth, it's game over, because they never know. That causes people to snoop. And let me tell you, one thing I do not want to do in my marriage is snoop. It is exhausting. And if there's no trust, that's exhausting.
But wasn't you just going through my phone this morning?
Yeah, right. I don't go through your phone.
That's not you who pressed in my password?
I didn't go through your phone.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, sir.
So one thing I would say is go ahead. Like, for example, I was using it as an example. I'm coming to you and telling you, like, look, this is what happened. We both kissed. I probably should have pushed her away. I didn't. It lasted like 30 seconds. I cut it off and stuff like that, because this is the thing. You about to be mad, pissed off, angry, upset, and all of the above. But it's going to be that times 10 if I don't tell you about it. Especially if I know it's my intention for us to still be together and try to work through it.
Right. So let's read what Jacob said. He said, let's say James knows Mercedes' sister has something hurtful to Mercedes and James, to M, and James knew. If James gives the whole truth, there could be family layers that are affected.
Yeah, see that... I know and Jacob, you're right. That's tough when we're put in that third party situation where it's like, I know this, but don't tell this person that. That's tough. And I'll tell you, like this. Me and my wife have an allegiance to each other first and foremost before any and everything. So if someone came to her and said something to her, and she has to keep that secret, and it affects or infects both of us, then I'm expecting both of us to talk about it. But if it don't, then, you got to be able to have trust with the other person and everything like that too, right?
But that's tough. What Jacob was saying is tough, especially if it's a third party.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It is.
That's tough. Or, I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Whew, this is good stuff. So the second part is are there layers to betrayal? So I know you and I were having a conversation.
Because I hate this concept.
Go ahead.
I hate this concept where a woman, and I'll use an example. I'm just about to make up a random example. It might sound like it's stuff that happens all the time. Okay, so I cheated with another woman and so forth. And it just so happens that woman was just making something up, your sister or something. And then here it is, while we're arguing and fighting, you're mad, and it comes out, you're like, out of all the other women, you could have picked anybody in the world. You made it much worse because you had to pick my sister.
Okay.
And
What's wrong with that?
Well, I get the emotion and the passion behind it, but I don't think you're going to be any less mad if it wasn't your sister, if it was just any other woman. I don't know why women...
No.
I don't know why women say that.
We would be mad if it's another woman, okay? But that would be a 10. Say a 10. From 1 to 10, I'm all the way there.
That's the bar. 1 to 10.
There.
Okay, 1 to 10.
If it's someone you love that you're close to, that takes it to 20.
But no, the bar is 1 to 10. You graded 1 to 10.
No, because you're double mad and you're double hurt. So not only did one person that's very close to you betray you, but 2 people did. So you're getting hit twice. I'm sorry. That's just.
I know. I'm just saying when I hear
put
that.
the shoe on the other foot.
Yeah.
Put the shoe on the other foot. You wouldn't be.
That's right.
Fuming.
I would be mad at you. I would be ready to beat my brother up like all the way, stomp, kick.
Okay. So that's 2 people. So you got hit twice.
Listen, you're exactly right. It's just that maybe hearing it, I'm thinking, when you say that, you're saying it like you would be more okay if it was just any other person. I'm thinking you wouldn't be, okay. We would probably still be fighting. You would still be mad. It would still be I broke your trust. It would still be I betrayed you.
Oh, all of that would still be there, but now it's 2 people.
Yeah.
Now it's 2 people. So are there layers to it? Going back to the Greenleaf example, is a kiss worse than going further? Are there levels to it?
Well,
now, don't think about if you were to do it. Think about if it was done to you.
Right.
Because you're real good at saying, oh, y'all do this, y'all do that.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to be mad if it was just a kiss. But if it was a kiss and intercourse, it's going down. I mean, that's a whole nother level.
So there are levels to it. Okay.
I think that's a whole nother, level.
Jacob said he gonna keep score. She wins.
Yeah, that's a all right, Jacob. That's a whole nother level. If it was a kiss, we got to work through that, and I think we can, work through that. But then now, if you actually had,
thank you, Sandra,
sex with somebody, I'm.
But even with the kiss, things need to be dealt with, though.
Yes.
Because if that's the case, then maybe certain situations don't need to happen anymore.
Right.
Or, if you're in a different place where that's where it is happening,
right,
then you need to examine your relationship.
Right.
Some people say our kiss is innocent. I'm sorry.
What did you do to lead up to that? Oh, well,
right.
me and some friends, we usually.
Where was your mind to lead up to that? Me and some friends,
we usually go out. A lot of people do this. Go out for drinks after work or something like that, or go out and socialize after work, and it's just some friends, and then everybody else left, and then it was just us, and we was just hanging out. All right, well, see, now you're on probation, so you need to remove yourself from that type of, environment and so forth as well, or that situation, because you're trying to regain the trust and so forth. But absolutely, I think that that's less of a blow. If he just gave me the phone number and I sent one text message, and then after that, I told him, you know what? No, we can't talk. Or we've been talking for the last 2 months.
Well, and God gave wives permission to do something.
God gave wives permission to keep phone numbers?
No. I'm talking about if you acting up. It says in Matthew 5:29, if your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away.
I'm so glad that as we study that, there are so many other. Listen, we're not gonna have Bible study today, but if we study
I'm saying tear it out and throw it.
I know, but I'm saying that don't go pulling your eyes and your body parts off. That's not what that's meaning and stuff like that. But that's causing for. That's basically saying that you have to correct some things.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know how they say
that's true, Sandra.
Corrective surgery.
Yeah.
That don't mean pull nothing out. So don't start ripping. Don't go to your spouse when you're mad and start yanking on their ear and grabbing and poking them in the eye. That's not what that scripture is referring to.
I'm just teasing, but Sandra says it doesn't have to be physical. It can also be emotional, and that's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
very true.
So yeah, it is levels. I mean, I'm just of the belief, and you hear me say it to you a lot, that I'm gonna do my best to make sure that is not something that we have to deal with as it relates to me. And I tell you this, I say I'm gonna mess up probably in a bunch of other areas, but I'm gonna try to make sure that this is not one of the areas that I do mess up in, because I wouldn't want that done to me.
Right.
At all.
So Jacob said, I didn't hear the word wife in that verse because it wasn't there, Jacob.
Yeah.
And then Neek said, to me, sometimes men have a different type of hurt, meaning the way they express or show it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, like, I think the
Winifred.
biggest way that I think I can be hurt by you is if you was to cheat on me, if you was to mess around with another man or anything like that. And the funny thing is, men, we're real petty sometimes from this standpoint. A phone number, a text message, an email, a Facebook, something, all of that counts.
Yeah.
All of it. And, you know, we hold it down like, you know, I tell you.
You got to be really transparent with stuff.
I don't
transparent.
I don't ask you questions I don't want to know, and I don't go snooping for information that I don't want to discuss.
And that's interesting because I'm opposite. If I ask you one question, I want to know it all.
No.
Like, just give me the whole story. I don't want to be sidelined.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, and we're real opposite with that. But one thing that we do share is I don't have to go looking through your Facebook, none of that stuff at all, because I do trust where you're at. I know that you have interactions with, you know, guys and stuff like that on Facebook, but I know you would, you know, shut it down, you know, immediately and stuff like that. And then on the opposite side of it, I know that you have a big layer of trust for me, even when I'm out doing what I'm doing, that I'm not going to be, you know, getting down. Because I always have this small fear, like, man, what if another person came to you and said, man, I saw James, he was doing this, he was doing that, he was doing that with the opposite sex.
That's where Matthew 5:29 comes in.
Oh, so you're going to put out their eyes?
No, your eye. If your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away.
Okay, so...
I'm just saying.
So you're going to want to look at me with one eye the rest of the... Because we're going to still be together.
It's going to be on me.
Okay. You
I'm
laughing.
cracking myself up.
Yeah,
no,
laughing.
seriously. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You laughing.
I'm sorry.
Well... Go ahead. You want to pull stuff out, all we got to do is start pulling at y'all hair.
Ooh.
Oh, bam, got her. Hey, Jacob, did I get that point?
No, Jacob ain't paying you no attention. Okay, so the other part is, the second half of this is, how do you get to the point of making your spouse comfortable with talking to you? So we talked about all this levels, and all the different truth or lie, whatever. Hi Pamela, how do you make your spouse comfortable with talking to you about these things? Because the key to it is, if something is going on, or if you're struggling with something, which we talk about it all the time as far as being attractive to one another, and this is a sore spot for a whole lot of couples, where like a lot of times when you get married, you put on weight and things change and stuff like that, but being able to talk about it. Look, you are so healthy, gotta go. Bye, Jacob. Talking about weight and stuff like that. Well, honey, this is attractive to me. Having those tough conversations. Yeah. How do we make it comfortable for the other person to talk to us? Because those conversations need to be had for your relationship to grow. And
just on the side, we were kind of talking about that yesterday a little bit, where I just randomly brought it up, not knowing that we were going to be getting into, this, where I just said, I'm of the belief that, because you asked me a question and it had to, no, you didn't ask me a question. You made a statement about yourself where you said, I need to do this, this, and this.
Yeah, I got some stuff to work on.
And then I just kept on walking, and you're like, wait, you ain't got nothing to say? I'm like, well, what do you want me to say? You already acknowledged that you need to do this, this, and this. Go ahead and do this, this, and this. Me acknowledging it, what if, like, for example, if I said, man, the way my stomach is just hanging down, shoot, I need to do some sit-ups. Well, one of the things I don't need to hear from you is, well, yeah, you better do at least 50 a day to get that. No, I know I need to do some, sit-ups if I want my stomach to be this, that, and other, because I don't need to co-sign what you need to do. Go ahead and make it happen. But then I came in there and said, but if you didn't look, like if I was struggling with how you looked, and key word, if I was struggling with how you look, and what I mean by struggling is if I wasn't, wow, and enamored and just loved looking at you and stuff like that, because physical attraction in a relationship is important. I would come out and tell you now.
Hi, Taiwana. Praying for you.
How would I tell you? Would I be walking around staring at everybody else and stuff like that who look good and be like, see, sweetie,
right.
look that? Would I be doing that? No. Would I show you a bunch of pictures on Google and show you that and say, see what they look like?
Right.
No. I would just, with me, the way I would use it, I would just come out and say, so, what's going on with all the boop, 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 boop? And there's no easy and comfortable way to say it. There's no, so that's what I'm saying. There's no easy and comfortable way to say it.
So then you just do it with communication.
Yes, you just do it. You go ahead and have that dialogue.
Yeah, and absolutely. You learn as you go, which we're still learning too, how to do that.
Yep, because neither one of us would be comfortable. Like my wife, you would not be comfortable with me coming to you saying any, of that stuff, although you would want to. So down in your heart, you would want me to come to you and say that, but you wouldn't be comfortable, and I wouldn't be comfortable. But after it all come out and we probably don't communicate it the right way, I'm gonna have to go look in the mirror and say, dang, was there some truth in that? Okay, it is. Cool. Let me go work on it. Let me go.
And how you can support each other, because in that comes supporting. So for mine, I put, hey, Kim. For mine, I put, just know that they're not perfect.
Is that Crazy Kim?
No, that's not Crazy Kim. That's the same Kim. You ain't talking about Kim P. I'll let you know if Kim P. Piazza get on.
Oh, stop using people's last names.
Everybody knows Kim is crazy. Okay, so it's hard for us to see situations we're in, but you're not perfect and neither am I. Right. So I can't take your struggles personally. You are a child of God just like I am. So I can't take what you struggle with personally, and if I take myself out of it and try to be a support, I think that's one way that we can help each other, is realizing that you're not perfect. God is working on you just like he's working on me. And I would expect the same thing from you. Yeah.
And that, you said so much good in that, because even on, and this is a topic for another day, but even how sometimes we judge people's sin, meaning their situation, as if one sin is better than the other one. As
like there's levels to it.
Right, because it's not, so when you got stuff that you're dealing with, that you're working on, I do too. And sometimes, we can be so hard on the other person, where you had asked me about, what's one thing that I learned in the last year of being married.
Yeah, I asked him this yesterday.
And my answer was, I was trying to think about if I can put it in one word, but I couldn't. So I'm like, well, can I get like 3 words? You're like, whatever, it don't matter. I know, you were like, just answer the question. I'm like, yeah, I forgot. That's how, women just want the question answered. So I was just thinking,
You're digging yourself with your comments, bro.
Listen. It's the truth.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Women, I was just thinking.
That's not only women, though. Go ahead.
I was thinking that to be more patient. What have I learned in the last year to be more patient? And your response was, well, I thought you were patient. And I said, yes. Individually, I'm a patient person, but I was looking at it from a different lens. I was looking at it from the standpoint of our relationship, our marriage, how much the struggles, the growth. I got to be patient in that. Yeah. The fact that we're parents, I got to be patient in the process of, we don't have it figured out. We're going to be growing and evolving as parents. We're going to make some mistakes from the standpoint of how we love each other. So that's why I was talking about, you have to be patient in your relationship. You got to be patient in your marriage. And then I did put individually.
And be willing to learn and have the conversations on what you learn, because if you're not learning from it year by year, then what are you doing in marriage? What are you doing? Because we're here to learn and grow. Yes. Learning causes growth.
And that's wrapped up in that patience, because in that patience there's a lot of things that you have to do, including the learning part. Even when you start school, you start the first day, you got 8-9 months that you're in school for those. It takes some time to really, really grow your patience. It takes some time.
So don't get discouraged in marriage when things get tough. You have to learn. It's sticking it out.
Yes.
And getting through to the other side. Is when you can sit back and go, my goodness, didn't we learn a lot? And you can take that and build for the next areas of your life.
And it's tough for you to think that way when you're heated, okay?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But
don't do it when you're mad.
Yeah, when you calm down and you're by yourself and you calm down, for me, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. My second favorite scripture, So you got to remind yourself about that. That's why it's important to, God said, put him in remembrance of his word. So it's important for you to put that out there in the atmosphere. Do it to encourage yourself. Yeah. A lot of times in relationships, it's important for us to encourage each other, but there's a very, very popular song. I'm not a singer, so I'm not going to go there, but it's encourage yourself. Sometimes you do have to encourage yourself.
Okay.
And
so you're not going to sing it?
I'm not going to sing it.
Okay.
And what should you encourage yourself with? Some of those scriptures, the word of God, because it's food, it's nourishment, it's all of that wrapped up in one.
And have fun. Again, the scripture I started with. Have fun with the wife of your youth and find joy with the woman. Have fun with your spouse.
Absolutely.
Have fun.
Absolutely.
It's going to be the rough time. So.
Yeah. So we in DR, so we about to continue to have some fun. We got some stuff scheduled for today, but we wanted to take a few minutes to talk to all of you because we appreciate you being in support. We appreciate you sharing.
Yep.
We appreciate you liking. We appreciate
Yep.
you spreading this word. And see if you can pull something out of what we discussed today.
Yeah.
And don't let it be the one part that someone said that you're supposed to poke the other person's eyes out, pull their ears off, and all that type of stuff.
Pluck it out.
No,
That's
because
Matthew 5:29.
no, because then we're gonna get indicted. We're gonna come to court if something go down the wrong way and stuff like that. Because she told me, and remember, she told you. I didn't tell you to do none of that aggressive stuff. None of that. Dude walk in the house, she mad, and she just starts scratching him up. Well, Mercedes said.
No. It says if your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. It didn't say scratch. So thank y'all for joining today. Thank y'all for joining today. We love you, and enjoy your spouse.
Do I get one more question in?
Enjoy your spouse, yeah.
How's your show going?
Oh, the show is going really good. We're on 4 networks now. We've joined LCTV. I ain't singing today, Neek. She want me to sing the song you were talking about. But LCTV in Lockport, New York, KITV, the Now Network, and WBBZ based out of Buffalo. It's going well, babe. It's going well. Thank you.
And guess what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give her what she loved the most. A lobster night where we go out and stuff like that. And in exchange, the next time, we're going to go ahead and allow you all to hear my wife do her thing with her vocals. She don't know this yet.
No, Tasha. Hush,
She don't
Tasha.
know this yet. We're going to get her to sing a couple little things. So actually, if you all have any requests, give us a few requests. If you all have any requests, I'm going to pick one of the songs, and then I'm going to do my charm, with my Superman charm.
Well, that's funny.
And get her
That's
to
funny
sing.
that you said you're going to give me a lobster dinner, and I'm going to sing. This is all inclusive.
Hey, it's
So
gonna be
the
a lot
meal
to
is
dinner.
included, sir.
Hey. All right, so we're
Y'all
going to do
have a good week. We'll see y'all next Monday. Love you.
Peace.
Share, replay, all that good stuff. Bye, Tasha. No requests. Bye.